Rico Dowdle does it again for the Carolina Panthers, as this time they defeat the Dallas Cowboys. Dowdle was amazing with 200 yards, and just how good is the Panthers' new starting running back? That is right, I like Chuba Hubbard, but the dude just had 200 yards twice. Now this game it was 180 rushing yards, but I'm counting the receiving touchdown and the receiving yards as well. He was just everywhere, in total control of the game, 30 rushes, and it seemed like every time they didn't give him the ball, you're like, what are you doing? Just give Dowdle the ball. They can't stop him. And the Cowboys had no answers. Shout out Dowdle. He wanted revenge on his old team. He was talking smack before the game. He's told him. He's like, I'm about to run it on y'all. Lace him up. Strap up. Get ready. And then after the game was asked, he was like, they weren't ready. They weren't ready for him. Nah, Dowdle's tough, man. That was crazy what he was doing. And shout out as well, obviously, the Carolina Panthers offensive line. They might be the best run-blocking offensive line in the league. Spent a lot of money there. They try to solidify it. Pass blocking, sometimes they still get beat. But running the football, this is who this team is. Dave Canales figured it out, and I think it's just Rico Dowdle's the guy. Just keep giving him the ball. Now, these last 2 weeks, where you're playing two of the worst, if not the two worst, run defenses in the league, yes. But 200 is 200. So, whatever. This is big run after big run for Dowdle. It was crazy. And then you even dial up a pass for him because he's cooking them that bad, and it's open. Dave Canales, that offensive line, you're going to have a nasty, really disgusting 1-2 punch now with Dowdle and with Chuba. But Chuba's got to be the two. He's going to be a nasty number 2. But, like, Dowdle got to be the guy. He just demoralized them. They didn't want to tackle him. They didn't lace up. They didn't strap up. Whatever the fuck he said. I forget what he said. Whatever he said, they didn't do it. And Dowdle was cooking, man. That was an amazing performance from him. And he was just all day just doing it. And heading into this game, by the way, Panthers the 10th best run offense in the league. Going way up on that one. Bryce Young. He did what he needed to. He chilled. He relaxed. He was, to me, pretty good. They had the drive at the end, another clutch up drive. They set a stat where he had like 8 total wins and 7 of them were by 1 score. That's crazy. Move that up to 8 and 9. 9 wins in 8 one-score games. But that is ridiculous. That's the only way they can win, except for that Falcons game where they beat them 30-0. But Bryce was really good. He really was. It was impressive stuff. He just ran the offense. He didn't really put the ball in danger. He did have an interception. Bryce does do this thing sometimes where he just some certain situations, to me, as a quarterback, you can't throw a bullet pass. And when Tet is kind of there on a quick slant, it can't be a high bullet pass because that can pop up, and it popped up and it ended up being an interception. And you're just wondering, oh no, because they were running the ball fine. Like, oh no, is Bryce ruining the game? Is he gonna cost us the game with that interception? But he reeled it in, and he didn't do it the rest of the game. And he was throwing some darts. And Tet McMillan, tough. That is the guy that Bryce has needed, as well as offensive line. Everyone needs a number 1 receiver. It's not a Bryce slight, by the way. But Tet is tough. He had 2 touchdowns in this game, his first 2 of his career. They found him in the end zone. And then that Dowdle play, beautiful pass. It was open, but beautiful pass. Big play. Poise from Bryce really all game. And just staying calm, playing the game. It did feel like they'd have to score every time. But when stuff wasn't there, he didn't force it. He didn't turn it over. He didn't give the Cowboys a short field. And the defense made just enough plays, but we'll get to them. But in the red zone as well, just huge huge throws. That throw to Tet was just big time. And I like, man, the 4th and 3 conversion that they went for too. Like Bryce was really, he's getting better, quicker this year. I think for whatever reason, Bryce is just the night guy. He's not a morning person. Early in these games, early in these seasons, it'll look ugly. But it feels like when it gets nighttime, like the end of last year, he was cooking. And right now, if you can just get this consistency and then just him continuing to get better with that run game. Now, you were playing the worst defense in the league. I got to temper expectations, Panthers. I do. The Cowboys defense stinks. But Bryce did what you're supposed to do to a bad defense, and he cooked them. So, impressive stuff. Defensively, what were they doing? I got his name. I got the name. Ejiro Evero, defensive coordinator for the Panthers. What the hell was that, dude? What were you doing? What was he doing? I don't know what he was doing. That was wild. So, for those who didn't watch the game plan, George Pickens, he goes off. He goes off for 168 yards, 9 catches, 1 touchdown. I almost felt like he had more than that. He was open every big play, every 4th down. Every time they wanted a shot, they were going right to George Pickens. And you know what they saw every single time, except for one 20-yard pass to J.C. Horn? Every single time what they saw was Mike Jackson in man coverage, and it was just wild. And Panther fans were telling me, they just told me the information. Yeah, they do this every week. They put JC on the opposite side of the best. What? Why? I see all these statistics. He's the best corner in the league. Put him on George Pickens. It's the one guy the Cowboys have right now with no CD. Can he guard him, please? Like, that was just absurd. Pickens is just cooking them. I mean, you can make an argument. The defense, run defense, really good this game. We're really good against Bijan. Can be really good. You could argue the only thing keeping him in the game was Pickens. And I've seen advanced analytics. I think the Panthers believe this. One of the best corners in the league. Can we put him on him? And the thing that was boggling the mind, the thing that just threw me off, it wasn't like they were keeping JC on one side. It was like, okay, whatever side Pickens is on, you're going the opposite side. Someone told me they put him on the wide side of the field. Not true. The Pickens slant, that was a touchdown, definitely wide side of the field. They just keeping him away from him? I don't know. I don't get it. He was playing on the right when Pickens was on the left. And he's playing on the left when Pickens goes to the right. You're just like, all right, Mike Jackson, you got him. He doesn't. Mike Jackson does not have George Pickens ever. Clearly. Should never be the defense. And they're 21st in defense right now. The way that D-line plays, at least against the run, and the talent we know they have in the secondary, at least with J.C. Horn, they shouldn't be 21st. But you saw why. You just the best receiver, just like whatever. Go to fucking work. Pickens had 134 and 2 touchdowns 2 weeks ago against the Packers. And you came into this game, you're like, we're going to do what we do. Which is we're going to keep our best guy away from their best guy so we can shut down everyone. Well, guess what? No one else had more than 40 yards. You won the game. So maybe that's, dude. And you are playing the number one offense. But, like, it looked bad. It looked like, all right, George Pickens is single-handedly keeping, well, obviously, and Dak are single-handedly keeping them in the game. Nobody else was doing anything. But you have the technology, man. And it's not even the not sticking them on him. I know that doesn't happen, but just to move them away from him every time. Or not just keep them at least so you have one side secure? Like, I get that. What were they doing? What was that? Defense. What was that? Now, we've seen them shut people out before, so, but I don't know. Just that being the strategy, not the move. Everio. Next up, by the way, Panthers 3-0 at home. Next game on the road against the Jets in the Meadowlands. Jets with no wins. Is Tyrod Taylor starting? The Panthers hope that it's Justin Fields. Interesting game, 1 o'clock. After that, you get the Bills, then the Packers, then the Saints. So it's gonna get a little sticky here, Carolina. You get the Falcons, the 49ers. It's gonna get interesting. It's gonna get real interesting indeed. But if you guys just fix those defensive adjustments, it's gonna be tougher against these tougher defenses. But I think you have the run offense, and if Bryce can just chill early in these games a little bit, just one turnover and not two, for crying out loud. But he did that this week. It's a whole different team, and I am definitely interested in the 3-3 Panthers, man. I thought this team could be interesting, and they're getting there. So we shall see. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please watch some of the other videos on the site. I've created a playlist with each and every football team, and every week we will be going over those games. I'm really loving this, enjoying it, and hoping you guys are as well. Of course, like, subscribe, and if anyone wants to sponsor, we're looking for Lumia Sports Productions is looking for sponsors. Shout us out. We will shout you out during the video. Thank you guys again for watching. Have a great day. Enjoy.